Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SAT Math Question of the Day with Professor Emeritus Seth Chaiken, University of Albany, and Joel Chaiken. We're brothers. And we are here to try to show you how to approach SAT math questions. So here's a question, a non-calculated question, number 4. Your brain is still fresh at this point, and it's they give you a function, f of x, and they say, what is f of negative 3x? So, and this is a very straightforward problem. You just plug in negative 3. This notation means you plug in this thing. This is the argument of the function. You plug this into this thing. So the answer is negative 2. And then you literally just plug negative 3x in plus 5. Not suggested to do this in your head. Do not do this in your head because you have to see this really nicely. And this is negative 6 plus 5. And I'm just checking.
Positive 6 plus 5.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, positives. I wrote negative, but I said positive. Positive
okay.
6 plus 5. And that's very straightforward. Then you just give it a quick double check.
One thing, please note that what's may confuse people, and people should know, is an unfortunate fact about the use of this language. The x over here, let's call it x1, is not the same kind as thing as the x
right.
that is over here.
Right.
The x in the x that my cursor is pointing to in f of x is the same thing as the x in the expression that tells you the value of the function. Right. But the point of this notation is that to get the value of the function defined by this expression, you take whatever the argument is, ignoring the any conflict between the symbols in the argument and the x. You take whatever it is, and you replace the x's on the right, of which there's one, with whatever is on whatever in the parentheses.
That's right.
So that's just have to watch out for that. So they would have made, I think, they would have made the problem more straightforward, but easier if they used a different variable.
Yeah.
For the function argument.
I used little person. See at the bottom? See how I rewrote it with little person?
Yeah.
I wrote it with
so
little
here
person.
I use t. So notice that these two expressions, f of x equals minus 2 times x plus 5. F of t equals minus 2t of 5.
Right.
Those two expressions mean exactly the same thing.
Right. Right.
However, if you're doing algebra, when you're doing algebra, the expression, say 6x plus 5 is not the same thing as 6t plus 5.
Yeah. It depends.
Right. So
it depends.
Now in computer languages, computer programming languages, this kind of distinction is made more carefully.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way I think about it is he used consider making a little person. It doesn't matter what this is. All this says is that this function depends on something. And then you literally blindly substitute. I always say when it comes to these types of function notation things, stop thinking. Just literally stop thinking and blindly substitute whatever this is. Just blindly substitute it into little person, and then continue on. The more you think about this, the worse you're off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, in some mathematical literature, they would write as follows. You wouldn't see this in high school, but you would see it in graduate school. F of underscore
Okay.
equals -2 times underscore
Right.
plus 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this means these even more obviously, whatever you put on top of the space that's marked by the underscore here, you put the same thing over the underscore over here.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do. They should have done that with other people.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're done with this.
And we're done with it.
We're done with it. Okay, today is Throwback Thursday, which means that we go back 20 years on Throwback Thursday and look at a SAT question from about at least 20 years ago. So, if anyone wants to say goodbye, and then like us, dislike us, and tell us, give us comments on our YouTube, but also our email, SAT Math Question of the Day at gmail.com. And now we need to find the Throwback Thursday question. So we sort of looked at it already. And where is it? It's here. So the SAT back 20 years ago, or even more, had these weirdo questions where, and I think the ACT may have this. I'm not sure. It's possible the ACT may still have this, but the SAT certainly had this. So they had these questions where you had to decide if you answer A, if column A is greater, B, if column B is greater, C, if the quantities are equal, and even worse, D, if the relationship cannot be determined. Oh, God, those are really tough questions because you don't know what's going on. So why don't we pick an easy one today, just so that you get used to these weirdo questions. So let's pick, we already decided we'd look at this one. So you got a rectangle. It's a solid.
Rectangular solid.
Yeah, it's what's known as a rectangular prism. That's the fancy word. The distance from A to C. So I guess we could draw that in green. How about a nice thin marker? Seth likes when I draw green. A to C. And then B to D. We'll put that in red. They're complementary colors. B to D. So you look at it. You know, you have to have like a little bit of a geometric eye. And looks to me like they're the same, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it? I mean, you know,
yeah.
A rectangle is symmetric. And if you go from one end to the other, they're the same. So it's not meant to... You could probably do this question in about, like maybe 15 seconds, something like that. Maybe 10 seconds. So it looks to me like the answer here is C, right?
Remember, C means they're equal.
Yeah, you always want to keep this in mind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that means,
That's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Just a weird question. Just it's different from. It's different from the.
But should we do a few others? Couple of others? One other?
Fine. It's just I have to go soon.
All right, let's do the next one.
Do this one. A not equal to 0.
Yeah. All right.
Fine.
Okay. All right.
You do it. You do it. Bye-bye.
Okay. Can everyone see it? Is it big enough?
Oh no, it's not. A not equal to 0. So which column is bigger? Or it can't be
my
determined.
eye takes me. Well, I think what you could do with this is simplify these expressions.
Okay.
The left-hand expression is A times A. Let's write it A squared. And the right-hand expression is 0.
Right.
And so when A is non-zero, well, A squared is non-zero. Okay, but they ask which is bigger. Okay, well, the square of every real number, whenever you square a real number, either you get 0 if the number is 0, or you get a positive number, whether the number is positive or negative. And so the left-hand side, be given that A is non-zero, which could be negative or positive, the left-hand side is always positive, and the right-hand side is always 0, and therefore the left-hand side is always greater.
Right.
So the answer is A.
The answer is A.
Yeah.
Before next Thursday, I'm going to go back and see what the ACT is up to. It's possible the ACT still asks this type of question. Okay. I guess that's Throwback Thursday. Not that exciting today. Not that hard, but I know I'm sure they get harder. But today we're just doing a simple one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They see they have a lot of these, right? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. They start to really get. Okay. Well, this is for a future Thursday. Okay. So that's it today, right?
That's it.
That's great. Okay. So everyone have a great day. Well, and then we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.